It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
And welcome to the realm of geekdom. This is nerd breaking news. Before we start the conversation, remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss an episode. And don't forget to follow us over on Spotify and YouTube. So let's go ahead and talk about the beginning of the NBA 225-26 season. There's plenty of storylines over here. And of course, one of the major ones that we're looking at are legacy watches. What's going to happen with LeBron, Curry, Durant as they're pushing towards the final end of their careers? We're seeing the uprising young talent, like listed here on this picture. Victor Wembanyama, Luka Doncic, SGA, and then the power shift that's going on in the NBA and the controversies that are there. So let's go ahead and cover some of these stories and figure out which is the biggest storyline for you so far in the season. So, Professor, we'll start with you. What do you think is the biggest storyline so far?
Okay, so the biggest storyline, I think, is just how far can Wembanyama go this season? Because when you're looking at how the Spurs look when he's locked in, he looks almost unbeatable. But then you notice that there are certain key players that aren't at all phased by his size. Like Sengun from Houston, he's not phased. Jokic, for the most part, isn't phased. And ironically, Bam Adebayo also isn't phased either. So with him going up and being a more dominant player, it changes the, as The Rock would say, the hierarchy of power in the NBA. And certain teams that weren't contenders now look like they can actually contend because they can stop the quote unquote best player right now. So I find that one the most interesting.
Kid.
He got me. I agree. It's Wimby. Wimby has a chance to join three elite Hall of Famers in Jordan, Olajuwon, and the Greek Freak to win an MVP and a Defensive Player of the Year in the same season. Those are the only three. Barring any injuries, and he has to play, I think, 65 games, I think is the rule. He will get Defensive Player of the Year. He's been the best defensive player the last 3 years. First year, he got Rookie of the Year. Second year, he was an All-Star. Also, last year, he made All-NBA defensive team, and I think, he was injured. Barring injuries, we for sure know that he's going to be the best defensive player in the next decade. MVP-wise, I think that's as much as I'm rooting for him. SGA and the OKC Thunder are the best team in basketball again for the second year in a row. Luka Doncic is proving to all the Laker fans and the NBA and everybody that he is a top 5 player. If you forgot about Luka, Luka's here. He's doing it with a less roster filled team than SGA is doing. So we'll see when LeBron comes back to see how good or bad the Lakers are. I'll leave it to the Laker fan to talk about the Lakers. And I think it's Wimby. I think it's Wimby because here's the problem with Wimby, the pro and the con. Can he stay healthy? Because if he can stay healthy, then the accolades are coming. The into the GOAT conversation is coming. Multiple championships are coming. Eagles' favorite point guard, De'Aaron Fox, is already back. I don't think he's going to win a championship this year. I don't think the championship is the next foreseeable future. But I think the individual accolades are coming. That's two different things. Two things could be true. The Spurs could not be a championship contender maybe for the next 3 or 4 years. And then the next 3 or 4 years, he could start racking up MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year, All-NBA defensive teams. And he's only 22 years old. He's a career double-double. He has 22 and I think 10-point-something rebounds per game. If you look at Chris Bosh's first beginning of the season of his career, the first 3 years, and this is a guy who's a Hall of Famer. This is a guy that if he never went to the Heat, he'll be easily having 23 and 12 for his career. He's ahead of pace, and Chris Bosh he's ahead of Kevin Garnett. This guy again, let's see what he does. I think Professor made a great point as it pertains to some people are not very phased by him, but for the most part, 95% of the NBA is phased by him. So let him learn. Let him play a full season. Let him get the bumps and bruises. He's got the shot. He's got the handle. He's got the defense. Like Wembanyama has an opportunity to enter the GOAT conversation before he's 30. Let's see where he goes. And I think this is the first season out of his first 3 seasons where we're like, okay, if you didn't believe the hype the first 2 seasons, that's fine. Believe it now because his first what opening night did he have 40?
Yeah.
So it's his league to lose. It's just not his league now, unfortunately.
And he's still growing. That's the thing.
I know.
Like he has put in the effort to improve on himself on the off season. And we see what he's done. Like he's been working with former NBA players, working on his shots, working on his dribbling. He was getting himself mentally prepared with the monks. Like this is a level of preparation that he's gone through. Yeah, like he's gone through a level of preparation, getting his body, mind, and soul pretty much all lined up for this run. So I'm definitely expecting him to continue dominating like he is right now. And he's only going to get better if he continues to put this effort. Eagle, what do you think?
Yeah, I would agree with the boys regarding Wemby. I think he's the greatest talent that the NBA has ever seen. Right, the things that he can do in the court, offensively, defensively, have no comparison. Um, the way that he dribbles the ball at the top, like he wasn't doing that last season, and even if he could, he wasn't doing it in games. But the way that he's just handling the ball reminds me. I think we talked about it recently. I don't know if you guys remember, but Jason Kidd was the coach in Milwaukee, and he started Kumpo as a point guard, and that basically opened up his mind to how the game worked from the point guard perspective. And then he later moved on. I don't think he moved to shooting guard. I think they moved him then to power forward and then center. Um, but he fell into the point forward type of player. And Wemby, I think, is even more than that. Wemby can, from what we've seen this season, he can do it all. I think the sky's the limit for him. You know, the only thing that we need to worry about is his health, right? Like he was limited last season, and we know as long as he can stay on the court, I think he's going to put up the numbers defensively and offensively. The other thing that we have to look into is the how the roster is constructed right now. I don't think it's a championship team. I don't even think that it's one of those teams that are going to make a run in the playoffs. I think, at the end of the day, when it comes to playoff time, if you get one of the top teams, like specifically in the West, if you get the Jokic of the world, if you get a juggernaut like Houston, there's a lot of teams that can throw you off when the playoff starts, right? Because it's during the regular season. Listen, man, this for NBA players. That's just games, Like you're putting up your 40 points per game. You're putting up your stats, but when it's playoff time, the great minds come out. It's all about defensive schemes. It's all about the half court game, and I don't think that although there's a lot of talent in the team, I don't think they're ready yet for that. It reminds me a little bit, or I think I want it to be like a young Golden State team, that they couldn't break through until they got Iguodala, the veteran presence, that player that was a veteran, but at the same time, he had great basketball skills, and they could literally look up to him and basically say, "Hey, man, if we have this guy on our side, then maybe we could do something." So I think the roster has changed. They have a lot of talent, meaning that they have a lot of pieces they can trade. So that's good for them. They still have a lot of picks, which is crazy to me. How have they done it? They basically got the Aaron Fox for free, and they still got. Yeah, they did it. It's weird because the Aaron Fox came back and he just basically been more of like a scorer, which I think at this point is what they need. There's nothing else he can do. Wemby's there to do the rest defensively. So it's gonna be fun to see them, but I can't wait to see where they're gonna end up in the Western Conference. I think right now I want to say that they're like between the sixth or eighth team in the playoffs, and then we'll see how they do. But I think Wemby, the biggest storyline in the NBA season so far.
Well, since we're over here in the West and him being part of the West Conference, we also have young talent there. Looking over at Luka in the Lakers and SGA in the Thunder. What do you guys think about the young stars that are coming up and pretty much taking over the NBA right now?
Um, I'll say this. By the way, Eagle, Spurs are currently second in the West at 8-2. But to your point, before we answer the TK's question, you know what Wimby reminds me of? He's such a good player that if you give him a B plus A minus All Star, he'll get a ring.
Mm-hmm.
He's that good.
Mm-hmm.
For example, remember in the offseason, there was rumors that the Greek Freak, how was that going to happen? Because he was having issues with Milwaukee. There was reports today because of Nico's firing. There was reports today that Dallas is going to blow it up and trade AD and Kyrie Irving. Why? Because they both are not signed for the following season. So they're going to try to get something because they'll walk next season. So that's the rumors. So if I'm the Spurs, I'm not saying AD, but I'm saying Kyrie. Help this man. You imagine? Hey, Kyrie, you don't got to do that much, bro. I'll do 80% of the load. You already won a ring. Help me get to that point. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. To answer your question, TK, I think that Luka's reminding everybody who he is. SGA is probably the MVP favorite right now. And if you look at the youth, you could just tell that, by the way, viewership is up, right? The NBA. Viewership is up the first couple of weeks of the season. That wasn't the case last season. Last season, the NBA had a big viewership issue. People are excited about the youth of the basketball. You look around the league, you're like, okay, the Charlotte Hornets are trash, but they actually got good players. The Knicks changed it up in the last 3 or 4 years. The Brooklyn Nets don't really have anybody, but you can tell there's Cam Thomas, they have something. Like, you're mostly excited about the cool thing about the NBA is that one player could change the whole franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And one player could do anything. And for example, look what happened with the Kings today. There was a report, rumors that they were going to blow it up and trade Zach LaVine, trade Sabonis, and all these people. And so no, but what I meant to say is those pieces can help other teams.
No, I totally agree with you.
You see what I'm saying? I don't like Sabonis. Yeah. I've always think Sabonis is a super role player. But you put Sabonis in, you're like, hey, help me out, Wemby. Get needy greedy. Why become more offense? You become more defense. You're helping out Wemby. Like, it's the little things like that. Like the Heat. Like, there's
I like it.
The best young player in basketball because of his resume is SGA. Mm-hmm. His resume. Like, you can't say anything about that. He's an MVP. He's a regular season MVP. He's a finals MVP. He's the number one team in the Western Conference for the second year in a row. He has playoff experience now. That's the worst thing you could have with a guy like that because now he knows how to win. And by the way, I think Lou Willie, his boy, his running mate, hasn't been full this season. He hasn't even come out yet. So they're doing this without his Robin? Nah, man. And they're a young team. They're a young, scrappy team. I just think that somebody needs to pull a trade to compete with those boys because I think it's going to be OKC for the next couple of years.
Yeah. So I'm not an SGA fan, but I'm also not blind. The thing is, when you're looking at SGA and you're looking at his game, plus his mentality, he has that Mamba mentality thing. Every single game he plays, he goes out there wanting to literally rip the other team's heart out.
Yeah.
And you can see it. And he will do whatever it takes to get those points. He will flop. He will foul bait. He'll hit a crazy... Whatever he needs to do to win is what he will do. And what SGA reveals...
By the way, who's credited to help out SGA?
Chris Paul all day.
Just
100%.
Like the Eagles' point, who helped out Giannis? Jason Kidd.
Exactly. Every great person has a great teacher. And when you're looking at SGA is doing all the things that Luka Doncic is supposed to do. When you're looking at Luka, you have an amazing basketball talent with no leadership skills,
no defense,
no killer instinct, and a bad diet.
No
and
defense.
When you're looking so when you're comparing the two, what's funny is, to me, it's almost disrespectful to SGA to be in the same category or conversation as Luka Doncic at this point. Because with Luka, you've got someone with more talent, more size, and more resources who has accomplished less.
But could
And
you make the argument that if Luka wins one ring, nobody talk about SGA like that?
No, because at the end of the day, SGA won it with OKC. Luka though literally had to get. Go ahead.
That team was loaded. OKC was loaded.
Are they?
No,
they're not.
That defense is number one in basketball for the 2 years in a row.
Because they built it. It's not loaded. They worked on it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
These people individually aren't anything. But when you put them together, you've got something good. And they all have great names because they're successful. It's like Draymond Green. Who is Draymond Green? At the end of the day, Draymond Green is Steph Curry's sidekick. And because they work together so well, his name carries a certain level of respect. But if he was anywhere else, we wouldn't care about no Draymond Green. The same thing with some of these OKC players. Chet Holmgren. All you see with Chet Holmgren is a hope and a prayer. He is nothing but potential unrealized. He barely was even there for the finals. He got an A on the group assignment without participating. That's him. Then you got Jalen Williams, who did great, by the way. But nobody was talking about no Jalen Williams last year. So there's that. But now going back to Luka, let's talk about Luka. Luka was eating so much, his team threw him in the trash rather than pay him. So then what team takes him? The Lakers. The Lakers are literally a pre-made team. Austin Reeves is a beast. To be frank, Austin Reeves is the main reason why Luka even looks good right now. And to me, that's facts. And if you're asking me right now, is Austin Reeves better than Luka Doncic? Right now, he might actually be.
Don't go there.
I'm going.
Luka Doncic is averaging over 35 points. Don't do it.
Because it's not just about the points. It's about how you set up the system when everyone else does around you. When you're looking at Luka, Luka can go ahead and give you 35, 40 points. But can he take you all the way home? Can he take the team all the way home?
He did.
No. That's why LeBron is out here faking a back injury. LeBron faked a back injury to get away from this man because he knows. He knows the truth. So to me, with Luka Doncic, I'm just saying, all he is a big guy who barely rebounds, plays no defense. Everything that people say about LeBron is magnified with Luka in terms of weakness. So to me,
here you go.
Luka,
What's your take?
Less potential. Once that Ozempic wears off, he starts eating again. You're gonna see what I'm saying.
No, I think the professor, he's hating right now. He's forgive him because, to be completely honest, Luka owes, whichever franchise. He did make it to the finals, and it showed that his physical traits were not there. Maybe his mind wasn't there, and he got embarrassed in the finals. And even then,
how am I hating when you're agreeing?
No, but I'm gonna get to the other point. Like, at the end of the day, like, Luka is a really special talent. I don't think it's fair to say that Austin Reeves is a better talent.
Come on, Jay. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Austin Reeves is a better talent, but what I'm saying is basketball is a team sport. And the thing is, when you're looking at what Austin Reeves can do for the other four people around, that is more conducive to winning than what Luka does. And if you take Austin Reeves out and you say, Luka, with these four other scrubs, you go win us some games, you're in trouble.
I think either
I'd rather die in that boat than say, hey, AR-15, take Luka out and leave with AR-15. You see what I'm saying?
We're all going to die on the boat. We're all going to die on the boat because Luka
will win more. Luka will win more than AR-15.
But they need each other. But Austin Reeves needs Luka more than Luka needs him.
Correct.
That's the thing. Correct. So at the end of the day, listen, it's better to have a force like Luka and try to, steer him into the right direction. It's like, hey man, you got to play a little bit more defense. Hey man, you got to bump. Hey, you got to go for rebounds every now and then. I think I prefer that and have him getting excited on the offensive end as opposed to, man, it's so great to have, AR here, right? Austin Reeves, who clearly is leading the team. He's a leader, but he has limitations. Eventually, those 30 points that he puts up on a night, Luka can literally put up 50 and light up the game. So if again, that's why the Lakers made the trade, right? Obviously, it was a gift to the Lakers. But the point is that once the whole LeBron situation is done and that drama is done and he's gone by the middle of the season, which I think is going to happen, then we can start. Because listen, Luka is deserving of a lot of criticism, but him being he lost weight. There's a new season coming up. There's a new team. Everything that happened to him with Dallas, he didn't want to leave. It was a surprise to everybody. I think that he was blessed to have a second opportunity. It's like the Phoenix. He lost tremendous weight and he's playing amazing. The season is very early. I'm not saying that the Lakers are going to go to the finals, but let's wait and see February, right? Where the trade deadline is coming, right? Where the Lakers are at. Has LeBron come back? Is he still being a drama B, or is he gone already? And this is Luka.
Let me ask you this. Luka Doncic is averaging 37.1 points per game.
Jordan
Austin Reeves is averaging 30. Which is obviously, if he keeps it up, he's gonna be an all-star. My question to you, and obviously the rest of you guys, when the Queen comes back, he's not getting 30 points anymore. Austin Reeves is not getting 30 points anymore.
He's the fall guy, sadly.
And Luka's not getting 37 anymore. And the Lakers are 8-3. I'm arguing, what is the impact of LeBron in the next couple of weeks when he comes back, when these guys are balling?
Yes.
And that's going to be a big problem.
If
That's
only
going to be a
LeBron
big problem.
wasn't LeBron James, right? If only he understood that he's 40 and that he has one of the greatest starts of the game in Luka Doncic, and then he has one of the greatest player in the NBA, because we have to call him like that, in Austin Reeves, and a group of young players. And if LeBron could literally just basically sit down and hey, I have a role and it's going to be limited. I'm going to limit my minutes, right? So the other guys,
you think Rich Paul's gonna come on? You think Rich Paul is never Carter?
that world.
Eagle, you're LeBron James. How many championships do you have again? How many you got? If you're LeBron, how many you got?
Yeah, he won two.
How many MVPs you got?
Got destroyed. So,
and you're gonna defer to who? The fat guy whose team threw him in the trash.
Especially if you're still following the shadow that you've been hunting. Trying to get that title, trying to catch up to Mike, trying to be the GOAT. Exactly. All of that. He's not going to go ahead and give himself the opportunity to say, hey, let me beat Robin all of a sudden.
Right. So, TK, so if you're LeBron James, who would you pass the ball to?
Who do you trust?
Who's on your side? Who's on his team? Who's he passing the ball to, TK? You're a Laker fan. You know who he's giving the ball to, TK. Who's he going to pass the ball to?
Austin Reeves, he better pass it to.
Exactly. At the same time, too, between the three of them, who plays the most defense?
Austin Reeves.
Mm-hmm. So who's going to get the ball?
Austin.
So who's losing points? Not Austin.
Luka.
Who's losing points? Luka. That's my ultimate point to you.
Yeah, but
but Austin's numbers are also lower whenever LeBron's in the game.
They are, but LeBron's petty. You know what LeBron's gonna do? He's gonna. We know what he's gonna do. Take that shot, Austin. He's like, yeah, Austin.
Yeah, right. He's gonna play the entire game. It's like fourth quarter. All right, Austin's show now.
Let me ask you.
Exactly.
What are the chances LeBron stays post trade deadline in February?
No, I don't see
it. That's tough. That's tough. Depends on how petty.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you two scenarios. Lakers are balling. Luka Doncic is averaging the most points per game since Mike. Austin Reeves is an all-star, and then he comes back with 21 points a game, the lowest he's had in the last 20 years. Will he be able to take it, knowing that he's now the third guy on the team past February, playoff run, and then what happens? And I told this to TK and Eagle over the weekend, and I want to get your take on this, Professor. If the Lakers win the championship and Luka Doncic wins the Finals MVP, it's all the LeBron fans are going to come out and say fifth ring, but we all know that's Luka's ring. That's Luka's ring.
You have brought up some amazing questions that I think we need to put in a whole separate video. I think we should clip this and start with what you just said on a whole other video. Does that make sense?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, because we're already at 25 minutes. I like it, though. I like it.
I'm just saying, right? There's a lot of scenarios here.
Yeah. Let's clip this and start over where you with your question.
All right, yeah, we'll do another video, and we'll have a second part specifically
Yeah.
focusing on LeBron James' legacy and what his game plan is going to be with the Lakers or past the Lakers. I guess we could end it right here because besides the scandal, do you guys want us to talk about anything else?
Nico should have got fired the minute he traded Luka.
100%.
No, not at
No.
all.
He's gonna get a job, like I was saying. He's gonna get a job in the Dodgers management team.
So
Thank you, Nico.
what kind of a coincidence is it that you get rid of Luka Doncic and you get Cooper Flag? Coincidence?
Same thing with the Cavs and how they got LeBron.
So what does that tell you?
Rigged.
That there's something that goes on in the background of you said rigged? Exactly.
Yes.
So obviously this man gave away Luka Doncic knowing he was going to get Cooper Flag.
Well, no,
So
but
now here's the question.
did you hear the theory with Chris Paul, right? The reason why the Lakers, the Stern vetoed Chris Paul because the argument was they were manufacturing LeBron, and they didn't want Kobe to get 3 consecutive rings because Kobe would have got a 3-peat. He would have got 2 3-peats.
Exactly.
And he would have got number 6. The Kobe annoying fans, because they're out there, they're still out there. They would have came to the real GOAT fans, and they would have said, "Oh, we got 6 rings." So we're like, How about Chauncey Billups? How about that? That's all I gotta say. Chauncey Billups and Lakers. I say Chauncey Billups and Kobe Bryant fans. Oh no, I can't have Chauncey Billups.
Correct. But now here's the question.
Talking about Chauncey Billups, we can look at that controversy about the whole illegal gambling ring that's going on right now with that.
Hey,
what do you guys take on that?
It's rough. It's rough. Listen, they're making jokes on Terry Rozier. You know, it's a lot of. All we can say is that we'll see what happens. It's all alleged. Even they had the former ref, right? Donahue, Tim Donahue, the former ref from back in the day. They had him, and he was basically explaining, and he went in depth about his intake. We'll see. Again, there's a lot of people who came up for Chauncey, right? So we don't know. There's a lot of people that came up in defense of Chauncey's character. So I'm not really versed in what behind the scenes. Obviously, we don't know anything will happen. The only thing I can say about Chauncey is that thank God for Chauncey Billups because the Michael Jordan fans out here, we believe in Chauncey as a basketball player for what he did against Kobe Bryant. So anytime Kobe Bryant loses, we're happy.
Horrible. What do you take, Eagle?
It's sad that we have to bring him up because he wasn't doing a great job as a Blazers head. But this is just what it is, right? Like at the end of the day, the technology that they were using to scam people and basically, the NBA is rigged. The poker games that Chauncey was playing for rigged. Y'all got to be careful. You'll look under the bed tonight, okay?
I did this again spotted and then
Wow. Take this.
So everybody, thank you for tuning in. Let us know what you think about the young stars, the old guard that's kind of leaving. Tell us what you think, and we could probably bring it up in another video. Other than that, keep your fandom alive and your warp drive engaged. Until next time, fellow nerds, this is Nerd Breaking News.